Hari Om, Jai Shri Krishna. Welcome back to Scriptures as Told. Agni Purana, Chapter 10. Story of Sri Rama, Yuddha Kanda. Narada said, upon Rama's order, Angada, the son of Vali, went to Ravana and said, "You return Janaki to Raghava immediately, otherwise you will be killed." Hearing the words of Angada, Ravana was intent on killing him and demons started attacking him. But Angada fought back and escaped from there and came back to Ravana and said, "O Lord, Ravana wants war and nothing else." After having heard Angada, Rama and his army was prepared and marched to Lanka. His army was Hanuman, Mainda, Dvivida, Jambavan, Nala, Nila, Tara, Angada, Dhumra, Sushena, Kesari, Gaja, Panasa, Vinata, Rambha, Sharabha, Kampana the strong, Gavaksha, Dadhimukha, Gavaya, Gandhamadana, Sugriva, and others. With these and other innumerable Vanaras, Rama came to Lanka. There was a disorderly battle between the demons and the Vanaras. The demons killed Vanaras with arrows, spears, and maces. The Vanaras killed the demons with nails, teeth, and stones. The force of the demons, consisting of elephants, cavalry, chariots, and infantry, were destroyed. Hanuman killed the enemy Dhumraksha with a big rock. Nila killed Akampana and Prahasta, who were trying to fight him. Indrajit discharged Nagastra onto Rama and Lakshmana and tied them up. When Tarksha, who is the chief of the eagles, also called Garuda, perceived upon them, they were freed from the Nagastra and started destroying the forces of the demons. Rama shattered Ravana in the battle by the means of innumerable arrows. Grief-stricken Ravana woke up his brother named Kumbhakarna from his deep sleep. Due to Lord Brahma's curse, he sleeps for 6 months and wakes up for a day to eat. Upon waking up, Kumbhakarna consumed 1,000 pots of alcohol and ate many buffaloes and animals and said to Ravana, "You have committed a sin by abducting Sita, but because you are my brother, I shall go to the war now and kill Rama along with his army." Kumbhakarna entered the war field and started trampling upon the Vanaras and crushed them. Noticing this, Sugriva approached him and Kumbhakarna seized Sugriva and looked at him. In turn, Sugriva cuts off the giant's ears and nose. Having lost his ears and nose, Kumbhakarna started eating the Vanaras. Then Rama, with his arrows, cut off the arms of the Kumbhakarna, then his feet, so that he will stop trampling his army, and then Rama made his head fall on the ground and he died. Then the demons Kumbha, Nikumbha, Makaraksha, Mahodara, and Mahaparshva, Matta, the great Unmatta, Praghasha, Bhasakarna, Virupaksha, Devantaka, Narantaka, Trishira, and Atikaya came to fight. All of them and many others were killed in battle by Rama, Lakshmana, and the Vanaras in the company of Vibhishan. Indrajit, using his magical powers to hide in the clouds, to make himself invisible to his enemies, and showers arrows and weapons overwhelming Rama and Lakshmana. He uses the deadliest Nagapasha onto them, due to which Rama and Lakshmana faint and fell to the ground. Then, upon Jambavan's advice, Hanuman brings the mystical mountain from the Himalayas, which grew a herb named Vishalya. The arrows were removed from Rama and Lakshmana's bodies and used the herb to heal the wounds. Once they were back to consciousness, Hanuman placed the mountain back from where he brought it and returned to the battlefield. In the meanwhile, Meghanath, another name of Indrajit, was performing the fire ritual to please Nikumbala Devi. Hanuman informs Lakshmana about it and carries him on his shoulder to that place to disturb him. Nikumbala Devi was very pleased by Lakshmana instead of Indrajit and gave him all the powers, and Indrajit was defeated in the battle. Being burnt by his anger upon hearing the news of his son, Ravana was intent on killing Sita. But Avindhya, his wise advisor, stopped him and Ravana left for the battle along with his army. Then Indra, the king of gods, sent his chariot to Rama along with his charioteer Matali to help him in the battle. Then the most historical battle began between Rama and Ravana. This battle was incomparable with any other battle we know of. Ravana was attacking the Vanaras, and Hanuman and other Vanaras attacked Ravana in turn and hurt him badly. And the way the clouds pour rain onto earth, Rama was pouring a rain of arrows onto Ravana. He brings down Ravana's chariot, flagstaff, horses, charioteers, bow, arms, and head. In place of his cut heads, new heads were popping up. Rama decides to use the ultimate Brahmastra, and piercing him into his heart, Ravana is brought down to fall dead onto the ground. All the Rakshasi women of Lanka wept upon the loss. Rama instructed Vibhishana to console the women and perform the funeral rites. Then Rama asked Hanuman to bring Sita. Even though Sita was ever pure, she entered the fire pit to prove her purity and came out unharmed. Then Sita was brought to Rama. Then Lord Indra, Brahma, and his late father Dasharatha from the heaven praise Rama. O Rama, you are none other than Vishnu himself. You have killed the demons and protected the earth. Then, upon Rama's request, Indra showered the rain of ambrosia over the Vanaras who were fallen on the battlefield fighting for Rama, and they were all revived again. All the gods, after witnessing the historic battle, left to heaven. Later, Rama coronated Vibhishana and established him as the king of Lanka. Then, along with Sita, Lakshmana, Hanuman, Sugriva, and the other Vanaras, Rama boarded the Pushpaka Vimana, an aerial vehicle, and flies through the skies back through the same route through which he reached Lanka. Happy to finally have Sita by his side, Rama shows the beautiful visuals of the mountains, rivers, and forests to her. Then they stopped over at Maharshi Bharadwaja's ashram, taking their blessings, and left to Nandigrama where Bharata was residing. Taking Bharata along, they reached Ayodhya. Rama took the blessings of Maharshi Vasishta and his mothers Kausalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra. Then he was coronated as the king and he took care of his kingdom. He performed Ashwamedha Yaga sacrifice and worshipped Vasudeva, his own self, and he offered all the charities to the deserving men, and he protected the welfare of all the people of Ayodhya. He protected the dharma, righteousness, kama, the desire for the worldly enjoyments, just as his own sons. He was bent on subduing the wicked. The people of the world were righteous. The earth was full of plenty, producing an abundance of all the grains and crops. During the Rama's ruling, there were no premature deaths. It was a time of prosperity, fertility, and abundance. Thus ends the chapter 10 named Yuddha Kanda, which is a part of Ramayana described by Agni Deva to sage Vashishta as part of his Agni Purana. What was your favorite part of the video and why did Kumbhakarna sleep so much? Please comment below. If you like this video, then please hit the like and subscribe buttons to encourage me in this journey so I can produce more of this content which could be of some use to the future generations. Don't forget to share it with your kids, family and friends. Press the bell icon and get notified when I upload my next video. Hari Om. Jai Shri Krishna.